I once saved 90% on prescription drugs. Yes, 90%. And I got to spend a week in Spain while doing it. Olé. Here's what happened. After a rough year when I learned I had the same disease my dad had battled for 27 years, I had a successful kidney transplant. And a few months later, my husband and I decided to celebrate by taking a vacation to Barcelona. And an hour after we landed, my purse was stolen, along with $4,000 of my medications. Drugs I have to take every 12 hours to keep my body from rejecting the new kidney. Given all the bad news that we're fed here in the US about healthcare in other countries, we were pretty terrified. We called Aetna, and that's when we learned that they wouldn't cover the cost to replace these meds, and we didn't know if we could charge $4,000 on our credit cards while out of the country. But we jumped in a cab and we asked the driver to take us to the nearest hospital, and 10 minutes later, we arrived at the beach in front of the lovely and modern Hospital del Mar. And in about 5 minutes, I was in an exam room with a doctor who kept apologizing in perfect English because she could only give me a week's worth of free meds. A half hour after that, we were in an independent farmacia with no line. Corporate pharmacy chains aren't allowed in Spain, and they have nearly 22,000 local pharmacist-owned pharmacias. This is because after Spain rid itself of the Franco dictatorship in 1978, their new constitution guaranteed the right to universal health care, and it requires the government to provide it. Their single-payer public healthcare system is consistently rated among the best in the world. And just like the doctor, this pharmacist in Barcelona kept apologizing to us too because we weren't Spanish citizens and because my insurance refused to pay. He had to charge us the full price, 298 euros. At the time, about $400. The very same drugs, made by the very same manufacturers, cost 10% of what they cost without insurance in the US. Think about this. I have to take these drugs every 12 hours for the rest of my life. If I lose my health insurance for some reason, it would be cheaper to fly to Spain every month to get these meds. But I'd be breaking the law. With Republicans trying in various ways to repeal Obamacare and to gut pre-existing conditions protections in a courtroom in Texas, the Trump administration is also cracking down on desperate Americans who try to import cheaper drugs from other countries. America, we need to stop letting these pharmaceutical companies and politicians abuse us.